Good morning. Welcome to my first glass fusing demonstration. I'm going to assume that you've already gotten and unpacked your glass fusing box kit. I'm showing you some of the samples that we're going to look at and reference when we're making some pieces. So for this first video, we're going to do something like the dogs here and something like the flowers and maybe incorporating that little bit of sun. So let's move this out of the way, push it off screen, and I'll pull in my placemat or layout station. The first thing I'd like you to do is put your name up here. You might want to put a phone number here too if you need me to get in touch with you. You've got my phone number down there if you need to get in touch with me and ask me some questions. So the first two little projects I'm going to do quickly are a little doggy, very simple dog face. I'm going to sketch it out here first, and we're going to put a couple of little maybe like hippie flowers or something in with him. These flowers will look very much like these flowers. So we've got our little dog buddy there, and then the other project that I'm going to do over here next to it, we're going to do some tulip looking flowers. Very simple little guys. Maybe one red and one yellow or orange. There's our tulips, and there's some sunshine. Some pretty easy projects. So you should have gotten with your glass kit all the different tubs filled with the different bits of glass, and you can sort out and find whatever pieces you like or want to use. I've already taken the liberty to speed this video along of picking out or pre-sorting the pieces, and I'm going to pop them down there on my tablet. Now, one thing that I've forgotten to do that some of my students occasionally do is when it's time to start gluing, don't forget to put your glass down. So the first piece of glass I'm going to set down is the iridescent one that's got a, you can't see it here until it's fired, but it has a sparkly or iridescent coating on it. That's why it's labeled up. We want to keep this side up. Our other piece, our smaller piece, is simply a clear sheet, and we're going to lay that right over our piece. So this is our stuff for our dog. I always suggest doing the smaller piece first so you get a little practice in. I like to put a little glue on this little cup here for my toothpick, and I'll show you that in a minute. For the flowers here, I've also pre-sorted out some pieces, and we'll put them there, and you'll see what this is and how it goes. So I'm just going to start putting a little glue down and putting some things on. With my glue bottle, I'm just going to smear a little glue on there. One of our goals is to always try to use as little glue as possible. So for the orange flower, I'm taking these shards, and you can see I'm just sort of dropping them on there. Let's grab the stuff for the red one. 3 triangles. I like to have a skinny one in the middle, but they're taking shape. They're taking shape. We also have included a couple of tweezers, and I picked out some of the glass sticks, and I'm simply going to dip each end of that in there and carefully set that down. I've got the other one. Lost my toothpick. Set that down. I can adjust these guys a little bit. Now I'm going to take that toothpick I talked about, and with the flat end, I'm going to roll it in the glue and grab a little glue and dab it on top of here. You can see those are moving around because the glue is still wet. I've got these little cover pieces I like to drop on top there that give it an extra layer of depth. So you can see these green shards I've got over here are going to be the leaves. Again, I'm taking some glue and I'll smudge it on. Try to use your glue sparingly. You can apply it directly with the bottle if you like, however you want. Let's drop these in place. My fingers are very large compared to the size of the glass pieces, and oftentimes when I'm putting glass pieces on, my fingers will bump other pieces out of the way. So I take my toothpick, and with the pointy end, then I can do my fine adjusting and put the pieces, oops, move stuff around, exactly where I like them. You can look at it and do some fine tuning, bring things exactly where you like them. Let's open a little space in there. And another technique for applying glue, you can just squirt some right on there. Try to do it very sparingly. Don't bump your pieces too much. You'll move things out of the way. Now, a good time to use the tweezers. I'm going to take these dark green pieces and kind of drop them on there, because I want to try to avoid getting glue on the tweezers, because then you start moving other pieces around. So you can see I'm just sort of plopping these on. There's no super duper rhyme or reason, but suddenly you've got the tulips coming out of a little bit of grass. How simple and quick was that? Now, let's talk about the sun. I don't have a circular piece here for the sun, but I'm just going to grab this square one, make it a little abstract. You'll see in a second. Now I'm going to take my glue and just sort of put a little around there in a circle, because I know I've got these shard pieces that I'm going to be setting on, and I can move them over. That might be a little bit heavy on the glue, but see that little black mark, and see this? That's Sharpie ink. That and the glue, when we cook the glass, the extreme heat of the kiln will actually burn that away. So it will not remain on or with the piece after we do our firing. So I think I'm going to switch these two around. Sometimes I like to move them a little bit. Once they're all in there, then I can adjust the spacing a bit. See what I got. So, a little funky and abstract, but it's a sun. And then I've got one of those special shiny bits that I think I'm going to drop right there in the center. So wham, bam, looks pretty good, almost done. Let's try the dog. Put very small amount of glue there. For the face, I've used black for this one. Once had a black dog, her name was Luna. This dog is going to get some little brown ears. You can put them that way. I like to put them that way. Don't know why. If you want, you can put them up. But again, I like them that way. Now, for the eyes, a couple little dots and a little dot for the nose. Since it's black, normally I'll make a dog with a black nose, but it's a black dog, so he's going to have a brown nose, and we'll put that piece right there. Now, to make the eyes show up really good on the black, we've got these two little squares of white that will plop down. And with our toothpick again, let's get a teeny little dot of glass and put it right on there, and I'm going to get the smallest bits of frit I can find. The crushed glass is called frit. And drop those on. And there's our puppy dog. If you want to get really crazy, you can push the eyeballs around and you can actually change the expression. The tilt on the eyes can make like angry dog, sleepy dog, but I'm going for happy dog. So let's see if I can do happy eyes. That works for me. Okay, let's do a couple of flowers real quick, see if we can't get those guys on there. I'm going to smudge a little circle where I want each of my flowers. Now I've already pre-planned these out and picked them out. The first one's going to be orange, so I've got 5, you can use 6 if you like, orange petals, and I'm going to do a red center. So I'll put those all on, and then again I'll get my toothpick and push them where I like. If it's a triangular looking piece or looking like a kernel of corn, put the small side in so it gets bigger as it goes out, like a flower might. So the next one will be yellow. Let's get our yellow rocks, gravel, frit, however you want to refer to these guys. They are yellow. And inside the yellow, let's do a green. And we've got that one arranged. Let's do a pink one down here in the bottom corner for 5. And how about a blue in the middle of the pink? That looks pretty good, but it looks a little lopsided. Let's move this guy over, turn that guy around, turn that one around, pop this one up. There you go. There's a cute little flower. Easy as pie. Okay, let's do a dark blue one down here. With, what do you think? Orange in the middle? That'll work. And over here, let's do yellow in the middle. And we got big blue petals to go around it. So, there you go, and here you are. I'm going to call those guys pretty much done. It's that simple. So, once these are dry, once they're happy, you're happy with them, let it dry for a while. Always look for little touch-ups if you want to fix them a tiny bit. I prefer to let it dry 8 to 12 hours. So I tell people to let it dry overnight, and then you will pack it back up in the little boxes. Both of them can go right there. Once it gets back to me, did I say take a photograph first? Once it gets back to me, I'll take the pieces out, and at my studio, I have a white backing piece, and I will sandwich the hook, the white piece, the hook, and then your piece goes on top. I will fire it in a process that takes about 18 hours or so, pack it up, and we'll get it back to you, and you will be officially called a glass fuser. Thank you very much.